Namaste, welcome in my home again. So it's again a beautiful weather, so I my mat in this way. I think that's working too. I hope you are ready for starting the class. Have some blankets, books for using like blocks, maybe some towels. We're gonna work today in the gallbladder and liver because the emotions who belong to the gallbladder and liver are easygoing, smiling at life. Life is easy, but also the opposite when it's flowing less, and that's irritation. Anger, frustration, things like that. So maybe you have these feelings, and to work in the gallbladder and liver will help to balance that. So let's start with sitting and just closing your eyes for a moment and finding your body, finding your sitting bones, and bring the sitting bones all the way down into the support under you. Bring your hands on your knees, shoulders backwards, chin slightly in, crown all the way up. And just relaxing your shoulders, relaxing the breath into the belly. And then bringing the hands together, there we use again the ritual to start the day or to start the practice with. It's an old ritual from Tibet. How do people start a day? So they start the day to give respect and gratitude to the place where they are. So giving respect to the place where you are. And then respect and gratitude for the time where we're living in. Then respect and gratitude for yourself, who you are. Don't forget that. And then respect and gratitude for everything what's around you. And as last, respect and gratitude for the old wisdom and knowledge, where we still can learn from, to feel good, to be good, and to create a better world around us. So just open your eyes, bring your hands down, and we start with butterfly. To stretch the backside, to open the gateways in the spine, but maybe you like to bring the heels a little bit more closer in to work more on the inner legs and outer legs. What we did also yesterday with the yin yang class. So then start still with the chin down and stretching the neck and slowly going down till you cannot go round anymore. Then you go in the hips forwards. And you can use the books maybe to let the head resting down. Maybe you don't need it, just only your fists, and maybe you just letting go, just let the head hanging down. And then the first 5 minutes you are in, you're just making a body scan. Just scan your body and start with the toes. Then go to the ankles. And observe the heel. The shin. The cuffs. The knees. Just observe. What do you feel? The legs, upper legs, into the hips. What's going on there? What do you feel? And from the hips into the pelvis, lower spine. mid-spine, upper spine, neck, rib cage, shoulder blades, arms, elbows, hands, fingers, head, face, jaw, throat, chest, and belly. And then just stay in the belly. Stay with the rising and falling of the belly. Just connect with the rhythm of the breath. And then on the next inhalation, slowly coming up. And it's maybe nice to have your hands backwards and moving your legs, your head too, like a Lolita on the beach. And then you come sit again. So now what you do, you bring your left heel closer by the pubic bone, you lean into your left hip, and you swing your right leg backwards. Maybe you need your blanket now for a little bit support under your hip, or sometimes it's nice even to under your knees, under your left knee. The right leg is like on your like 90 degree to your side, so to the front and to your side. So you feel a stretch on the inside. You stay rooted with your left hip down. Your right sitting bone can go up. That's fine, don't worry. And then you come a little bit more into the middle down. So you don't go to your left leg down, but you go into the middle down. And there you can use maybe props to lean on. And so it's a little bit like a butterfly. You have one leg in the butterfly and we're bending forwards. But this one is like in a kind of frog position. So we target more the inside. So it's the outer and inner hip area. And then you come down again, all the way. And then relax again. So remember, no shooting sharp pain somewhere in knees or hips. No electric pain. Just a deep stretch, and that can be very intense. That can be irritated, restlessness. All these kinds of feelings can trigger now, and that's making the posture more difficult. So try to be all the time in an honest way looking and feeling what's really going on in your body. Maybe the mind will get lost, get bored or irritated. Or is it really the physical body you cannot handle? So relax and you really feel this irritation, restlessness, anger. Just stay with it and say to yourself, okay, this is how I feel now. This is how it feels to be angry. This is how it's to be irritated. No action, not running away from it, not going out of it. Only when you have the shooting pain, the sharp pins and needles stuff, you come out. Otherwise, you just observe, you notice, and just be with it. And slowly, slowly you're coming up. And then what you do, you stretch your right leg a little bit more backwards. Maybe not all the way. And then you go down again. So if this is very easy for you, you can stretch your leg all the way. Maybe I have to show it in this way. So you stretch your leg all the way, and then you're coming in a straight line forward. So your left knee is to your side, left toes are watching to your right, and then coming down, sleeping swan. So if this is giving pain in your knee, then stay in deer pose, which you did before. So you're rooted into your hips, so the weight is not coming all the way into your knee. And then you stay like that. And so it's your choice. And also use as many props like cushions, blankets, towels, books to support your body. And we want to have a deep stretch. Sometimes can be very difficult, can be not nice at all, but facing the resistance is sometimes a very good practice. And to learn to relax in that, to letting go, just to surrender in the moment. So now just surrender in the moment, close your eyes like a sleeping swan. Be alert, no sharp shooting pain in the knee. Then you come back to deer pose. Target area, the hip area, all around your hip, especially the left one. Maybe even you feel a little stretch on the front by your right hip flexors. And what also happens is that we work in the SI joint, the joint in between your pelvic bones and the sacrum, the start of your spine. So you can even feel it in the lower spine area. One bone, pelvic bone goes forwards and the other goes backwards. So asymmetric movement here. So we give traction on that joint, and that's very, very helpful. So one leg is bent forwards, pulling that pelvic bone tilt more forwards. And with the back leg, the right is tilting the bone a little bit more to the front. So backwards and to the front. So we create friction, traction, and that's helping this joint. Just a couple of breaths. Just try to sinking more down. And then if you like, you can slowly coming up, bringing your hands under your shoulders, or moving back, maybe even to a downward dog. Downward dog is always nice for your knees, and to walk your dog a little bit here. And then the next posture will be the Sphinx posture. So you come lying down. We do the other side after two, first for the back. So you come lying down on your belly. Or you can use your book and put your forehead on the book. More upwards, like me, and coming in a deeper back bending. So the back bending is now for kidney energy. We are focused on delivering gallbladder, but kidney energy we need. When the kidney energy is weakening, all energy is weakening. So we have to stimulate kidney too. So allow yourself to rest. Come deep, deep in the lower spine. But in a relaxed way. No pushing, no pulling. Just feel a light compression into the lower spine. And then I will tell a bedtime story to maybe help you to survive in the posture. And I try to use some bedtime stories where also some wisdom is in it. Like this one. Long, long time ago, far, far away from here, there was a monastery, beautiful monastery in the mountains. And it was a monastery for Zen monks. And there was a student who are studying for many years with his teacher there. And one day the teacher said, now you learn enough from out of the books. Now we have to learn from the real life and spreading the wisdom from these books. So the Zen master said, we need to traveling 1 year through the world to learn from the people, to learn the people from the books. So they went. So it was a beautiful day, like here in Amsterdam. The sun was shining and it was springtime. So they walked down and they walked downhill. And then they came by the river. And the river was very big, and gladly there was a ferry. So the ferry was just arrived, so nobody was there. So they were lucky. They walk on and they had a beautiful sit. They could look over the river. The river was so big and strong and beautiful. Everything was green on the outside of the river. So they wait that there are coming more people and quick. It was so busy. There was no place to sit anymore. All the people were standing very close, and also people from the land bringing the vegetables and fruits and animals and So it was really crowded. So then it was completely full. Then the ferry went. When they were going, suddenly they hear some noise, running and yelling. And they look, it was a samurai. And the samurai said, "Wait, wait for me. I need to have to take this ferry." But the people said, "No, no, it's full. You cannot go on." But this samurai was running and jumping and jump on the ferry, climb up, and everybody was yelling, "No, you have to go off." And the samurai was yelling too because he was drunk and he was walking through the crowd and climbing on chairs and on the heads of the people and walking on the front. And then suddenly this samurai, this drunken samurai, was seeing this Zen master sitting quiet. So this drunken samurai started to yell and yelling bad words like, "You have to come off the ferry, you are so holy, you can walk on water." And the Zen master was just sitting still, breathing, relaxing. No action, nothing. So this samurai went yelling and spitting and bad names and you name it. But the Zen master was not giving a wink with his eyelid, just sitting still. And then they were on the other side. Doors went open and everybody walks out and went away. The Zen master and his student also. And after half an hour or so, then the student asked the Zen master, "But master, why you didn't learn this drunken samurai a lesson from the Zen?" And then the Zen master said it was not his time to learn. It was time for me to learn, to being still in the midst of a drunken samurai. And that's the end of the story. And I always tell this story with beginner classes because, especially in the beginner, you feel this drunken samurai yelling and spitting in yourself, like, "Go out. I don't like anymore to be in this posture." And so, probably you experience maybe now or in the sleeping swan or in the posture who comes after this one. But then try to be the Zen master, to practicing to be quiet and still, not moving, not reacting, just observing, being with it. Be with the breath, the rising and falling of the body. And then when you're ready, you come down. You take a rebound, so you're just lying down in neutral, putting your face maybe to one side, maybe blanket or a towel under it, and just rest for a moment. And then bringing your hands on your shoulders and push yourself all the way up to child's pose. So the knees together to rounding the spine and coming down with the forehead, maybe with a block or a book under your head. We don't stay long in it, just to rounding the lower spine. And then slowly we go to the praying samurai. So use your blankets and bring the blankets to your knees and spreading the knees as wide as possible. And so your knees are wide, like sitting on your heels with the knees wide. It's like how the martial arts sitting, like the kung fu masters and karate kids and stuff, and the samurais. So that's why it calls also sometimes the samurai position. And then going forwards, maybe use cushions for under your belly, and then bringing your elbows forwards and the palms up like a prayer position, and then hanging out like that in the praying samurai instead of the drunken samurai. But the drunken samurai can be in you. And the target area is the inner legs. And second part is the arms and shoulders. Only if you want that. If that's too much, you let go of your arms and placing your arms how you like it. And then in this posture, what you do is you observing the samurais. What kind of samurais there are. Yelling, drunken, mad, stressed. Just looking in, observing what this posture is doing with you. And 3 more breaths. And then slowly bringing your arms back. And lift yourself a little bit up so you can bring your knees again together. You can do child's pose, coming forwards, or if that's giving pain for the knees, you can also lie down on your back, on your belly again. So then what's maybe also nice for some people with knee pain or weak knees, doing a little bit to downward dog to bending and stretching your knees. Maybe play a little bit with the downward dog if you're doing downward dog. So you can stay in child's pose, you can stay lying down on your belly, or play a little bit around in downward dog. So then everybody's coming to downward dog because that's the best way or the easy way to come in the deer posture. So you move your right knee forwards, you bending your left knee, and then going with your right hip down. So your right hip is down. So your left leg is to your side, to really to your side. So this is to the front, and that's really like 90-degree angle. So. Then the right knee is down, and then you come trying to go in the middle down. So you don't go to your right leg down, but you go more into the middle down. And so try to come down. Use prop set to put under your belly. Sometimes it's really nice to have a little prop under your right leg, or maybe left when the pressure on the mat is painful. And then you come down. You rest again. Also here, just staying observing the irritation, maybe the restlessness, the boredness, and then think about the story about the samurai and the Zen master. That you are the Zen master. You stay still, quiet. So then, or you stay in this way, or you start to stretching your back leg. I will show it. And so you're stretching more, maybe more, maybe more. And maybe you can turn even your knee all the way down, and then your hips start to go up. So then use something for under it, and then coming down. If this is giving pain on the knee, you just stay with your weight into your hip and bend your back leg again. So you have again deer posture. And so see what you can do. And if you want to go a little bit deeper in it, then move your foot more forwards and coming more down. You can stay on your elbows, and you can use props up front to lean on, and then just lying down. And maybe the title of this class was to feel better into your skin or easygoing. And of course, that's after. So probably you don't feel easygoing now in this posture. But to work on this, to stay with it, and to relax in it, you transform it already. But also because it's a relation with the gallbladder and liver meridian and organs. So when that's flowing well, we experience more the opposite of that. So easygoing, smiling at life, humor, you can laugh more. You are nicer into your body, into your skin. But now, probably the opposite still. And to work on it, to stay in this difficult posture and not running away from it, and to learn to relax in it, to be with it. It's helpful for other situations in life. Like, example, most people are in isolation in the homes. And after a while, maybe in the beginning it's nice, you can do all your little stuff you need to do in your home. But then it starts to get really irritated maybe and bored. Maybe you already feel it. But you cannot do anything about it. So it's better to learn to stay, to accepting how it is now, and finding your peace in that. Just accepting. This is how it is. This is how I feel now. And that's okay. And then slowly coming out to stretch your arms. To lean again into your right so you can bring your left leg again forwards. Then just lie down on your spine. Use maybe your blanket for on the back to go lying down on your head. The next posture will banana asana. So you move your hips to the left of your mat or where you're lying on, and then move your legs over to the right. You can cross one leg over the other if you like, and then move your arms also to the right. And then you can hold with your right hand the left wrist, and then try to have your head also to the right. You can have cushions under your shoulder when the arms are not able to go all the way straight. And bring something under the shoulder or hands. And you don't need to cross, maybe. And so now the target area is the left side. The nicest of this posture is that we can lie down all the way, supported to the floor. And that's very nice. And this posture is also not that intense, I think, with most people, but you feel it when you come out of it. So really relax in this. Close your eyes and really rest. Feeling the stretch on the side body. And this one is for gallbladder, was running on the side of your body. But also the arm stretching, it's helping to let the chi flow in the lungs. So that's also very good to do. So opening your armpits, let the arms be open. Slowly, slowly coming back. Bringing your arms maybe first back. Uncross your legs. Then bringing your hips back in the center. Maybe take a little rebound here. Feel the difference between left and right. And maybe you're ready to go to the other side. So bring your hips now to your right side of your yoga mat. And then walk your legs over to the left, maybe crossing your legs. And then bring the arms overhead and walk your arms also over to the left with your left hand catching the right wrist. See if you can bring your head also to your side so that we make a beautiful side bend and lateral flexi. Stretching now the right side of your body. And close your eyes again. And just rest. Every time when there is a negative feeling arriving, just think about the story. Being had a Zen master. Just being quiet and still. Being with what is. And slowly coming back again with your arms, your head, uncross your legs, and come to the middle of your mat. Just take a little rebound here. Just feel that the next posture will be a twist. So we're ending with a twist. So bending your knees, placing your feet down. Maybe bring your hips again a little bit over to your left and bring your left leg over your right. And then twisting over to your right side, twisting roots, and stretching your left arm wide open. With your right hand, you can hold maybe your left knee. You can bring cushions and stuff for under your knee if you like, or under your shoulder. And so see what you like. Your head can be neutral, or looking over to the left, or looking over to the right, because now the target area is again the side body and not so much the twist in the neck. So relax your head in the position you like the best. Then again, just being in the posture, just notice what's arriving. And when something uncomfortable is coming, think again about the Zen master. Just to be quiet and still. Let the drunken samurai yell at you. But you be quiet and still. Just resting. Breathing. Accepting. Letting go. And slowly, slowly moving back. Maybe first your arm, turning back with your legs.